everyone, welcome to the CaptainDrone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and this would be the FMS Beaver. Now this Beaver is pretty cool because it does have a GPS unit built in up here, and I have placed an FPV camera system up top which is also available for the Beaver. Now before I show you my full review on this baby, I have to tell you the following. This entire review was filmed in the month of November of the year 2025. The reason it was filmed back then is because this studio you see here has to be packed up in early January, so I'm making this review now so I can pack up the studio in January. And if you're not aware, I am packing up the studio because I'm moving from one house to another. Alright, let's get back to this review, so let me show you the flight footage from this baby. Check it out. Now before we take the plane for a flight, let me first explain how the buttons on the remote operate. If you set the 3-position switch to the down position, then the plane will fly in stabilized mode. If you set the switch to the middle position, then the plane will fly with 0 stabilization. And if you set the switch to the up position, there is just a tiny bit of assistance. If you hold down the GPS button before flight, you will turn the GPS function off. However, if you leave the GPS on before flight and fly the plane, then press this button at any point, the plane will then return to home and loiter overhead. Please note that GPS return to home works in all 3 flight modes. So if you leave the GPS on and fly in any of the 3 flight modes, your maximum range is 120 meters. If you exceed this range, the plane automatically goes into return to home mode. Alright, Maiden flight, here we go. First things first, take our remote and power it on. Press these 2 buttons, make sure the left joystick is all the way to the bottom. So press these on, you'll see a light come on down below. There it is, and some beeps, it's right here. Probably can't see it because the sun is kind of bright. Next, we plug in our battery. So the battery is down here. Connect this, there we go. Then stuff all your wires inside. Put the little piece of foam back in, it clicks. There we are, and then put this on the ground, and there's a little light in the forward section. I don't know if my hat cam picks it up. See, it's blinking. That's your GPS light. It's going to tell you when you have sufficient satellites to go fly. I'll bring this camera over so it can look at what's happening with the light up front. When the light continues to blink like that and doesn't have enough satellites, you can't fly it because it wants to go in GPS mode. That light has to go solid on and then it'll be in GPS mode. Now on my remote here, see this switch? I'm going to push it all the way down. That's stabilized mode. I don't know if you can see it too. I've written on top what everything means. So when it's all the way down, it's stabilized. When it's in the middle, you're in manual flight mode. And when it's all the way up, you're in what's called AS3X mode. That's just for when it's windy out. Okay, I see a solid light. So let's see if I have control. So I have to connect this to the plane. You do that by lifting this up and then all the way down. Does a little dance. There we are. And now I have prop speed. So that's how you fly. Now let's go fly. Now for this first flight, I'm just going to fly it right out of the box with this. We'll fly it around, then I'll land it. I've got my hat cam to catch some video. Second flight, it'd be a very short flight. Second flight, I'll put a camera up top, fly it around again, just to show you what it does. And third flight, I'll put an FPV camera on it. Here we go. Let's move our plane forward with the prop power. Goes nice. Here we go. Going up. I think I'm in stabilized mode. Yes, I am. I wasn't sure for a second. I was flying it manually there. But no, I'm in stabilized mode. This is right out of the box. So what you see in my hat cam is what I see. Flies really nice. It's a little breezy this morning. I'm just doing circles. I'll come down. I don't want to go past me because the sun is directly behind me and it will just blow out all my cameras. It's very easy to fly. No issues. So what I'm going to do next is I am going to land it. So come back to me. It's a little hard landing it at myself, but I will do it. Here we go. Come down into the camera. Nice, nice, nice. Pull the elevator up. And we get a little bouncy landing, but there we are. So for all these flights too, I'm using the same battery for everything. So I'm going to see if I can stick a camera on the top. I just want to show you that's what it looks like with the Insta360 Go 3S on the top. Now obviously a camera like that on the top is going to upset the CG. It's going to make it very nose heavy. So I'm going to have to give it lots of elevator. But I still have it in stability mode. We'll see how it does. Give it lots of elevator to get up. Lots of power. There we go. She's flying nicely. Bring it around. So you should see in the camera what I want you to see It doesn't fly as well with all that weight up there, but at least I'm giving you some video of what it looks like when you're flying with a camera up top. See the sun behind me? It's bright. There we are. I'll get away from that sun. See, now I can fly it faster and farther because the camera's up there, so I can fly it a way out and just show you the video from the camera. It's pretty cool, isn't it? All right. So this little beaver's neato, but the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fly it with the FMS FPV camera up front. Normally you would look at your controller when you fly FPV, but obviously I can't do that because it's much too bright out here. I think FPV would be better on a dull day looking at your controller to fly it. Out here, it's much too bright. All right, I'm going to just slowly try to bring it down without destroying the front. Give it lots of elevator, bring it over the runway, not into me. But there we go. Okay, another nice landing. Let's go get that. All right, so for the next flight, I'm taking off this camera and I'll put on the FPV camera. Now, before we get into the FPV flight, let me first show you the gear. Here we have the new FMS FPV camera. It is analog and it does come with its own battery in the rear. It also comes with its own base plate in case you want to attach it to another drone, another car, another helicopter, another plane. But it is designed to connect to certain FMS planes like this Beaver. It just slides into the top portion. Included with the FPV kit is a monitor, and the monitor attaches to your radio. This allows you to look down at the monitor while you're flying FPV. Now for the FPV camera, it's designed to fit in the top just like this. There we go. So there we are. There. You see that? The FPV camera by FMS just sits right into the top of this plane. It's designed perfectly for it. Same is true with the remote. You could see on the, am I even in the video here? Same is true with the remote. You could see right here, if I lift this up, pull this out, it's kind of muddy out here. And there we go. There's my remote. And there's my display to see FPV while I'm flying. Obviously it's so sunny out here, I don't think I can look down and see it. So to get the FPV to work, you just plug in your FPV transmitter. There's a little battery attached to it. It fires out a signal and then I power on my display down here. It's a little switch. And a little bit of shade here, so I don't know if my hat cam picks it up, but it says FMS, and there we go. So you might see an image or you might not, depends how the hat cam is looking at the ground, and you know, because everything's bright and it gets blown out. But I see an image. I can fly it FPV, but I can't record it in here. So in order to record the image, I have to have FPV goggles. I just got to find what channel that's on. So let me just push this. So now I'm recording on my goggles. If I look in, I see myself, so you should see the image I see. It's not the greatest, but it's there. All right, the prop turns. I could see it in my little display down here. I'll try it. That should be fun. And here we go. Going up, and there's an FPV flight. I'm looking down at my controller. I don't know if people can fly this FPV. Well, actually you can. I could see it nicely, but you really have to control your brain to look at the little screen FPV. Now, obviously the best thing to do would be for me to fly this with the goggles on. That's the way I think it was intended. The reason they put the little screen there is because some people may not have goggles and you could use the screen if you don't have goggles. But look at me, I'm looking up at the plane. I can't look at the screen until I have it up high. So let me just go high here and fly. And there we go. Now I can look at it. It's too easy. But yeah, so there she flies. Now let me try the GPS return to home. I'm just going to fly out. It's not going to give me reception very far away, but I'll see if it comes back to me. So I'll take it out. There's a little button here to press for GPS. Give it lots of throttle. We'll see what happens when I hit the GPS. And I'm pretty far away. Do I still have video? I do. Oh my God. It's a dot in the sky. GPS. There we go. I see it going up. I'm not touching anything. Does it come back to me? Well, it's coming back. Look at that. It's coming back. I'm not doing anything. Are you coming back to me? There we go. It's finally coming. There it is above. I don't know why it did all that circling. I'm just going to bring it down a little. To take over, you have to hit this button again. There we go. And there we are. Also, this button over here is if you're about to crash, say you're in manual mode and you're about to crash, you hit that button and it puts it back in the stability mode just for a few seconds. It's like a catch-all 22 mode. There we go. There she is flying. I'm just going to fly back this way. So the GPS does work. We're going to go into manual mode. Let me just try this. Here's manual. So I should be able to do flips. Put it back in stability. There we go. So if you're in manual mode, you can do acro on the plane. And that's about it. So let's just buzz by. There we go. It flies really good without a lot of weight up top, and that FPV camera weighs next to nothing. Let's bring it back. and we'll land it. Same idea as last time. Come on over here and then bring it down for a landing. Turn and then slowly give it less and less power. Miss all my cameras. Nicely done. I forgot about this camera down here. So I was a little bit surprised in that flight because I was kind of pessimistic. First off, I didn't think it would fly with the heavy Go 3S that I stuck up top, but it flew perfectly. Second, stop beeping a second. I didn't think it would fly with the FPV camera and give a signal because it's only 25 milliwatts shooting out, so I didn't think you would get a very good signal. But I was wrong. I could actually see it in this little display, so the FPV camera works. Third, the GPS, I thought it was kind of gimmicky because it's supposed to sit on the ground and get the GPS, knows where you are. I was a little worried at first because when I hit the GPS button, certainly it was a dot flying away, and then all of a sudden it went into a circle. I could see it on the FPV monitor, it's just going in circles. And then it was like thinking, where's home? It's over here someplace. And then finally it came back, and when it comes back, you can take control of it again just by hitting the GPS button. I have no idea on the prices or anything because this video is being made in the month of November, and I think they're releasing all of this stuff in the month of December. That's when they'll have prices and everything. But let's go back to Indoor Steve. Here we have the box the Beaver arrives in. You will need to assemble it. No glue is required. First item in the box would be the instruction manual. Next item would be a set of stickers. Next you have the main portion of the plane where 90% of it has already been assembled. All the electronics are in place, even the GPS is in place. The battery bay is located on the bottom of the fuselage. Next you have the main wings, and they must be installed on top of the fuselage. All the necessary parts are included. Here I'm installing the antennas, and here I'm installing the locking device which holds the main wings to the fuselage. A battery and battery charger are included. You also receive a radio remote and instructions. The radio remote does not come with batteries. You will need to supply your own batteries. Total weight of the FMS Beaver with the included battery is over 249 grams. If you want to get the plane under 250 grams, you must use a smaller battery, something like maybe a 750 milliamp hour 2S battery. Alright, you're back to me, and you saw from the unboxing that you get quite a lot in the packages. I don't know if it's one big package or several packages. I don't know if you just buy one unit and you get everything I showed you, or you have to buy several units to get all of that. And the reason I don't know is because I'm making this video way before this thing is launched. So let me tell you what I do know. So the wingspan on this is 800 millimeters. So that means you can easily fit this in your car and take it to the field. Secondly, up front, you do get a brushless motor, and that brushless motor is at 3850 kV, and it runs on a 2S battery. And if you get the ready to fly package, well, then the battery's included. And the flight time on that battery, that 2S battery, I'm gonna put up here on the screen someplace because honestly, I can't remember at this time what it is. I have to go look at my documentation. Now, if I flip this around, you can see the servos under the wings, and there's another servo back here on the tail. And for the surface areas, you have ailerons, one here, one there. You have elevator at the back, and of course you have rudder. I also believe that floats are available for takeoff and landing in the water, but I'm not 100% certain, so when you check the links below, check out if there's floats as well. Now let me put this back here and talk about the FPV camera unit. So as you saw in the unboxing portion of this video, the FPV camera system comes in this box, and you do get the monitor, all the hardware, the camera, the battery, everything you need to fly FPV. You can stick it on this plane if you wish. There's a nice little place to place it. Or you can put that FPV unit on any RC product you own. And as I mentioned, in this kit, you do get the monitor, and this monitor can be used with any analog system out there. So if you have other analog drones, you can watch the video on here. And the same is true with this analog camera. If you have analog FPV goggles or other analog monitors, it's going to shoot out a signal that's compatible with all of those. Now, as of the making of this video, FMS has sent me an email, and they said they're delaying the launch of this product until sometime in January, I think January 2026. And the reason they are delaying the product is because some people who have reviewed this have reported issues with the GPS. In other words, when it goes into GPS return to home, it's not really coming home. You saw in my video that it took a while before it clued in that it had to come back to where it took off from, but it actually worked. But in other areas, it was not working correctly. So what they've done is they've gone back and they're going to replace the GPS in all these units. All right, so with all of that said, I'm going to put links to this product below. There's probably new new information when you click on the links, stuff I didn't know about when I made this video. But when you go click on the links, you will learn some stuff that I probably don't know. So check out the links below, because I don't have a clue what the price is. I don't know what the packages are. I don't know if everything comes together or you have to buy different packages and put it all together. You'll find out when you click on the links below. So for now, I say thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in a future video. Not too many, because I have to tear down the studio at the end of the week. And then I'll catch you sometime in the month of March 2026. Until then, I say bye.